Hi guys, welcome to the video. Thanks for clicking on this one. So this is a pretty early start for me. It's still dark and it's raining, so this is pretty much the only place I can actually do an intro from. But yeah, basically today we are going to Honda to get my car serviced. So before you guys will comment, well, why don't you just do it yourself? Here's my reasonings for why I still get my car serviced at Honda. So number one is that probably the biggest reason for me is that it comes with free breakdown cover for the year, AA breakdown cover, and that means I just don't have to pay for breakdown cover, so that already drops the cost down if you add that in. Two, it means I don't have to do it, which I know is a pretty stupid reason, and I could do it and it's not that hard and all that, and it's a lot cheaper to do it myself, but whatever. Three, I like having someone from Honda look over the car to see what's wrong with it, and then because obviously with the service you get a checklist of all the things that are wrong with the car. I don't know that much about the car as a whole in terms of bushings going or things like that, stuff like, you know, like perishable bits, so as they're doing the full check of the car, it's good for me to then have a list of stuff I know that I need to change throughout the year. Oh, also, and my car's actually got a full service history, so I'm just trying to keep that going basically. So the idea is gonna head to Honda now and drop the car off. I'm actually gonna stay there at this point in time. I'm gonna be staying there while they do it because it's about 20 minutes away from my house. I haven't got anywhere else to go, so I'm gonna do a bit of work while I'm there and then yeah, get the car and see what's wrong with it. But let's head to Honda and I'll catch you guys when we get there. Right then, I've arrived. It's still raining, starting to get a bit light though. Yeah, I forgot to mention before that pretty much everything I've changed on this car has been since this last service. And the way that the way it worked last year was that they do a traffic light system of stuff to show you things that need sorting and things that don't need sorting and what have you. My assumption is that because they're not genuine Honda parts, they're gonna register them as like a red on the traffic light system just because they're not genuine Honda, but it'd be interesting to see basically. I'm gonna pop inside now, drop my keys off, and I don't really know what's gonna happen because I'm probably just going to end up sitting in the waiting room for a couple of hours doing some work. I'll catch up with you guys in a bit and we'll see what happens from then. So guys, the weather was so bad that I just decided just to get home and do the rest of the video here because it's still tipping it down. It's just pointless me being outside. So I'm back at home. I've got all the paperwork. Welcome, by the way, to my office where I edit videos and stuff like that. So you get this cool little booklet thing with all the paperwork in it. What's cool is they give you like the check sheet and everything. So I've got like this list. It shows everything that's ticked and then it comments about like wear on tyres and on brake pads and stuff like that, as well as looking at the battery according to this. So everything's got ticks next to it, and then yeah, it just tells me about stuff, which is cool. Shout out to Honda, by the way, Honda Aylesbury. Their customer service was really good as I was just sat there for the whole time it was happening. Gives you like a checklist. They check 36 things, which is pretty crazy. I had a Honda 12 service, not a Honda 12 Plus. I was originally going for a 12 Plus, but they looked at the mileage that I'd done and everything and just they said that I didn't need to get the 12 Plus, so that saved me some money, so I don't really mind about that. Then what's really cool, I don't know if they did this before. If they did, I just didn't really look at this bit. They've done like an annual corrosion checklist, which is pretty awesome. So they've checked, well, I'll run through the list. So they've checked the front wings, the boot and tailgate, bonnet, door panels, floor panels, wheel arch, pillar panels, the bulkhead, roof panel, rocker panel and sills, front and rear side frames. That is all the things that they check, and all of them have got a tick next to them with no defects. So I guess that means my car is corrosion free at the moment, which is good because it's not under sealed, which that is definitely something I'm thinking of doing in the future. But it's good to know that according to Honda, there's nothing wrong with my car at the moment, which is good. And also that backs up what Motion Motorsport said. So I kind of already knew this anyway, but it was good to just get a proper tick box thing with it. Anyway, so then we get on to the actual traffic light system that I spoke about earlier. With this, there's nothing crazy actually, pretty much everything I knew about already. I've got a amber on front arch liners, and that's just because they're shredded up and destroyed. I did have new ones to go in, but I basically stored them at my nan's house. She gets the bin people to come in and grab the bins from her garden rather than her having to put them out. So they did that, and they took my wheel arch liners when they took the bins, which is so annoying, so they never made it in the car. So yeah, so I did have replacements for those, and now I've got to find some more of them. They've put an amber on exhaust because it's non-standard, which I find pretty funny. Nothing wrong with it, just the fact that it's the spoon system rather than the OEM one. The front brakes, which I knew were an issue, I mentioned it when Zara drove my car, I mentioned that I think they were a warped disc. Wow, they're saying it's not a disc, they're saying it's the pads. Oh, and interestingly, they say the discs are non-standard as well. Yeah, only the fronts aren't standard. And basically they're saying my pads are 90% worn in the front and 70 in the rear. I knew this was going to be a thing because I've always had an issue with the front one of the front calipers binding and seizing up, and it turns out it's both sides now. Yeah, binding on the driver's side, which is the thing I knew about, and then apparently slightly on the passenger side as well. I guess that means it's time to get new brakes, which seems stupid to put standard ones back on, so I think it's time for a big brake kit. So that will be coming in the future. I've got an amber next to battery because I've got a different battery tie down. Then it goes through the tyres, and obviously they were brand new not that long ago, so they are all well within their limits and everything, so that's all good. And then the other thing that they've mentioned is that my front bumper's insecure, which I agree with because it's only held on at the sides at the moment, which is perfect, you know? Apart from that, that's it. That is the list of things. That's good. Basically nothing came up that I was not expecting. That's probably the main reason why I get this service done, is just to find out if there is anything wrong which I don't know about. And it also says somewhere that my AA road cover has been renewed, which is also good. Yeah, so basically the car's all right, apart from the front brakes. Everything else I knew about, well, I knew about the front brakes as well. Yeah, good times, because that means I don't have to spend money on things I didn't think I had to spend money on. So yeah, I think big brake kit is the next thing, so that'll be happening sometime in the near future, because if my pads are 9% worn, it kind of seems like I need to get them done. I don't really know what else to say, to be honest. This was a shorter video than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting to have more things to shoot, but the weather was just so bad I couldn't do anything. So I don't know if this is even useful to any of you guys. Let me know in the comments below if this helped out in any way. I don't really know how it would. Subscribe, have a look at my other videos, because those are going to be more interesting than this one was. Like the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.